Shalom, Ezra, shalom, shalom. It's brother Lawaka. I want to give our praise to the Most High Yahweh, Wah, Yahweh Shah. I want to give our praise to the ox and Aquam out there waking up the 12 tribes in these last days in this modern day Babylon that we live in. This video is called Straight Like That. This video is called Straight Like That. Pretty much through this video, it's a visual representation because I know how Jake is, and I know Jake don't like to hear nothing. So you're gonna see it in here that it's straight like that. You know why it's titled Straight Like That at the end of why. I mean, at the end of this whole entire video, you'll see why it's straight like that and why it's called Straight Like That. No cut cards. All right, so what we seeing on this, as you can see, is Eve and Jake. We already see the two lots of Eve and Jake together. These two are married. We're gonna see the lot of them on one side, the left side, and the right side. Let's get into it. The first thing we're going to is 1 Timothy 5 and 6. 1 Timothy 5 and 6, and it reads, "But she that lives in pleasure is dead while she lives." So while I go through, we're gonna go out that lot. It said, "But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she lives." So the Eve on the right side is dead while she lives because she lives in pleasure. Simply put, a female that lives in her own pleasure, lives in, I can do what I want. No one can tell me what to do. I'm an independent woman. I need no guidance. I don't need no man. That's your first start. Your first start on the left-hand side is living in your own pleasure. Jump down to 8. But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he has denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. An infidel is like a heathen. And the heathen, in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, we see that the heathen is compared to spit. So you won't be compared to worse than spit, worse than nothing. If you're a man, we'll draw out that lot. If you're a Jake that can't hold his own in his household and hold his household or guide his household in righteousness, because obviously the Most High is not sit here only talking about providing, because that's what Eve's do. Like, see, you're not providing, you're not spending. Nah, that ain't it. The Most High is talking on the righteous side, because we all know if the Most High, like, if you follow the commandments, the Most High is going to provide either way. He's going to provide. So you don't need here to be a money hungry or money chaser and none of that weird stuff. So both on the Eve side, she that lives her pleasure is dead while she lives, a dead woman walking, and a man that can't even guide his household in righteousness is worse than an infidel. You're worse than nothing. So with these two, the next precept is 1 John 2 and 3. Because this, honestly, this 1 John 2 and 3 is what a lot of people say. And this may be a cut. 1 John 2 and 3, and it reads, "And hereby we know that we know him, the Most High, if we keep his commandments." Salakia, if we keep his commandments. For he that says, "I know him," and keep not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. Simply put, you're saying the Most High knows you. Eve, the Most High don't know you if not keeping his commandments. And Jake, the Most High don't know you if you're not keeping his commandments. Stop saying the Most High knows me. The Most High knows me. Like, I know my God. I know him. You don't. And he does not know you. You're not keeping the commandments. Simply put, in the New Testament, if you're not keeping the commandments, he do not know you. You don't know him, and he don't know you. Jake and Eve, no one knows you. Nobody knows you. You're not keeping the commandments. The Most High does not know you. He does not know you. Simply put. And another one, Jeremiah 17 and 9. It's going to be a quick video. Jeremiah 17 and 9, straight to it. 17:9, and it reads, because this is another one that just say, "The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?" The Most High saying, who can know it? Your heart. Who can know it? You talking about the Most High knows my heart. I know him. If you're not keeping this, let's draw it out for you, because y'all visual learners, right? You're not You're living in your own flesh, Eve. The Most High don't know you if you're living in your own flesh because you're not keeping the commandments then. You're not keeping the commandments. He does not know you, and he damn sure doesn't know your heart because it's deceitful above all things. And like he said, desperately wicked. Who can know it? Jake, you're not guiding your household in righteousness. You're not keeping the commandments. The Most High doesn't know you. He doesn't know your damn heart. Stop sitting here saying the Most High knows my heart. He knows what's sent. What are you talking about? You talking about the little thing that he doesn't know your heart. Stop lying to yourself. He doesn't know your heart, and he doesn't know you because you don't keep the commandments. Hebrews 10. We just gonna go straight through these lots. Slot, you bear with me. Hebrews 10 and 26, and it reads, "For if we sin willfully after that we have received the knowledge of truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sin." In the New Testament, it reads slowly, "For if we sin willfully, after you done heard that you need to keep the commandments, and if you don't, the Most High don't know you, and he doesn't know your heart. If you sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remains no more sacrifice for sin." The Most High simply put in Jake terms, you're not keeping my commandments. I don't know your heart. If you go off on purpose after I'm sitting here telling you what to do, it's up. It's up. It's no more, I'm going to repent. It's up for you. It's up. It's up and it's stuck. The Most High not playing. Let me, because you're visual learners. It's up. It is up. And it's stuck. It's up and it's stuck. It is up and it's stuck. The Most High not playing with you. It is up and it's stuck because you're not keeping the commandments, and he doesn't know your damn heart. Eve, you're living in your own flesh. You're sitting here, don't want to be submissive. You don't want to listen to nobody. You don't even want to follow the scriptures. The man is what you should be seeing right now is Christ. It's the head above you. So you're living in your own flesh. You're not doing that. You're not seeing. You're treating Christ, your head, as spit. Talking about you can live in your own flesh. You can do what you want. You're going to. Let's finish it off. Let's finish it off. Romans 6 and 23. Let's finish it off, then we're going to get into it. Romans 6 and 23, and it reads. 23, and it reads. "For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Yahushua our Lord." Slowly, the first. For the wages of sin is death. You will die. Shorty, listen. If you saying you don't need a head, you don't need to listen to nobody, the Lord doesn't know you because you're not keeping the commandments, and he damn sure doesn't know your heart. You're sinning on purpose. You're listening to what you need to do, and someone's telling you to keep the commandments, so you're not listening. You're sinning on purpose. You're willfully sinning. You will die. Sin, let me put it in there for you. Sin equals death. Sin, death. Pleasure, not keeping the commandments, don't know your heart, on purposely sinning, oh, that sin is death. You're not guiding your household in righteousness. That's not keeping the commandments by you doing that. You're not keeping the commandments. The Lord doesn't know your heart. He ain't gonna just be like, I know his heart. He doesn't know your heart. Doing it on purpose, death. Death. Eve, death. Jake, death. Eve, Jake, death. Salvation, all right, let's see. What do you have to do to not get death? Let's see what that is. To live. What can you do to live? Not die, huh? What could you do? Proverbs 7 and 2, and it reads, "Keep my commandments and live. My law is the apple of thy eye." Slow. Keep my commandments and live. Eve, Jake, keep the damn commandments and live. Keep the commandments and live. Eve, Jake, doing your own pleasure, doing your own thing, not God in your household. The Lord doesn't know you're not keeping the commandments. Death, 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 death. Keep the commandments and live. You will live. The Most High is not a person that's going to sit here and tell you keep the commandments and live. He's going to kill you. He's not you. He's not your man's. He's not your lying ass man's. You feel me? You keep the commandments, you live. Let's get it in the last book, in the last chapter. The last book of the last chapter. Revelation 22 and 14, and it reads, Behold, I come quickly. Blessed he that keeps the saying of my prophecies of this book. Oh, 14. Salakia, 14. I was on 7. 14, and it reads, Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter through the gates into the cities. The gates we know is heaven, and the cities. Slowly, blessed are they that do his commandments. Keep the commandments, and you will have right to the tree of life. Keep commandments. Keep the commandments, live, and you'll get salvation. Salvation. Commandments. Jake Eve. Jake Eve. Keep the commandments. Salvation. Jake Eve. Commandments. Salvation. Can you see my fingers? I'll make sure. See my fingers. Eve, Jake. Commandments. Salvation. Salvation. Doing your own thing, Eve. Not keeping the commandments. Doing your own damn thing. The Lord doesn't, that's not keeping the commandments. The Lord doesn't know your heart. He's not just you're not, you feel me? Oh, I know her. Out of all people, I know her heart. I know him. Oh, I know her. Yeah, she cool. She cool. She can do it. Nah, she alright. Hey, chill out, She alright. I said she alright. That's not the Most High. He doesn't know your heart. And you're not keeping the commandments. Doing it on purpose. You watching this video, doing it on purpose and not keeping the commandments. You will die. Die. Death. Death and die. That's you. You death, die. Jake, death, die. You're not guiding your household in righteousness. You're not keeping the commandments. You're not sitting here giving out charity. You're not loving your brother. None of this. You will die. The Lord doesn't know your heart. You will die. And that's why this is called straight like that. This is straight like, it's no cut card. Straight like that. You don't keep the commandments, you'll die. Keep the commandments, you'll live and get salvation. What don't you get? Brothers don't be out there sitting there just trying to talk all day when we be out on the highways and byways. Brothers is not trying to talk to death. We're trying to get you to understand. Don't keep the commandments and die. It's a simple line. You see this line? Simple line. Death, salvation. Keep the commandments and live. Do what you want and die. Die. And go die. You will die. Simple as that. You do what you want to do and don't keep the commandments and you will die. The Most High said you're as worse than an infidel. You're worse than spit if you don't keep the commandments. You're good for nothing. You're a good for nothing nigga. Simply put, you're a good for nothing nigga if you're not keeping his commandments and getting close to the Most High. If he's not on your side, then who is? So think about it. If the Most High is not on your side, then you just out here blind, stagnant, walking, bumping shit. You're going to fall on your ass and die. Eve, you sit here, don't want to be guided. You will guide yourself to death. He didn't make you to guide yourself. Why would you come for man if you're supposed to do your own damn thing? Pay attention. Brothers telling you stuff that's going to have you get salvation. Salvation. That's what we want. This is what we want from you. We want you to get salvation. Nobody's hating on you by telling you to get right. We're telling you to get right because you will die. Simply die. And with that, shalom. Jay crazy, man. I'm trying to tell you. I don't know about Jay. Jay be stupid. He making no damn sense.